I've been teaching maths for many, many years, and very often I work with students who have problems understanding fractions. Fractions can be a little bit tricky, especially if you've had some really old-fashioned ways of teaching it, some old-fashioned resources, and if it hasn't been taught very well. It's confusing when suddenly you have a 9 and it's actually worth less than a 3 because of where it is. So I came up with this thing that I call the pizza story to help students understand it. All fractions. Now, it might be a little bit silly. You think, okay, you'll hear the pizza story and then you'll go, oh, this is so easy, I don't really need to remember it. That's where you make the mistake. You really need to remember this and use it over and over. Before we get started, the word fractions is simply a fancy word for a piece. So if you wanted to sound a bit naff, you could say to your mate, can I have a fraction of your pizza, please? It's literally just another name or another word that means piece. There is a virtual pizza. I'm going to talk about chocolate bars too briefly, but remember when we are talking about pizzas in the maths world, they are perfect. They're all exactly the same size. We don't have one from the supermarket and one from your favorite Italian restaurant. They're all the same size exactly. They also get cut up perfectly in most instances. Or at this level, for example, if you look at this one's been cut up into 8 pieces. And for us to call these 8s, each one of those needs to be exactly the same size. This pizza in the fractions world represents the number 1. So there's an 8th, an 8th, an 8th, an 8th, an 8th, altogether 8 eighths, 1. So that's what we're going to look at as far as the pizza story is concerned. I haven't told you the pizza story yet. We'll get there. Let's have a look at this pizza here. You can see that it has been cut up into 3 equal pieces. That's the number 1 that has been cut up into 3 equal pieces. And each piece is a third. There's a third, plus another third, plus a third. Altogether gives you 3/3, and 3/3 is 1. So this is not the main part of this tutorial. This is just, these are the things I'm sure you've been told before. Look at this chocolate bar. I think this person is going to be sharing their chocolate bar with 7 other people, so 8 people altogether is 1/8, another 8th, another 8th, another 8th, another 8th. There's 6/8, 7/8, 8/8, which is 1 chocolate bar, 1 pizza. I'm going to take that chocolate bar and share it differently. I'm just going to share it with 3 other people so that there's 4 of us all together. So it's a quarter plus a quarter, as you can see, is a half, another quarter, that's 3/4, 4 quarters altogether, which is 1 chocolate bar, or if I'd used a pizza, 1 pizza. It is simply the number 1. Now, here goes the pizza story. I want you to look at the red slice. We're going to say the pizza story for the red slice. Now, there you can see those 3 slices are exactly the same, and they're called thirds, but that's not important right now. What is important is that you understand we are going to be saying the pizza story for the red slice. And it goes like this. I have a pizza, and that's 1 pizza, guys. That's always the first sentence of the pizza story. It doesn't matter what the fraction is. The first sentence is always, I have a pizza, or I have 1 pizza, to make it clearer for yourself. I cut it into 3 equal slices, and I eat 1 of them. Now, this might make absolute sense to you, or it might not. If it doesn't, it will very soon. But what is important is with the pizza story is that you learn it, so you can say it off by heart perfectly every time. It's the same as this. I have a pizza. I cut it into 3 equal pieces, and I eat 1 of them. So that fraction there is that. A third of 1, a third of 1. Now, it doesn't say a third of 1 there, but when a fraction like that has nothing next to it, It means 1/3 of one. Look at that. Now, just to help you see, what have I done there? I've eaten 2 pieces. So we're going to do the pizza story for those 2 pieces. All right. I have a pizza. You see, the same sentence again. I cut it into 3 equal slices and I eat 2 of them. Now, once you get this pizza story really well memorized, you will see how much the pizza story tells you. All right? It tells you so much. Here it is written as a fraction. I have a pizza. I cut it into 3 equal pieces and I eat 2 of them. This might not be that clear, but have a look. This pizza, as you can see, has been cut into 5 equal pieces. And you can see 3 have been eaten. So here goes the pizza story. I have a pizza. Same thing again. Notice the first line never changes. I have 1 pizza. I cut it into 5 equal slices and I eat 3 of them. I have a pizza. I cut it into 5 equal pieces and I eat 3 of them. Now, why is the pizza story so powerful? Because you guys know what it's like to eat a pizza. And if I say to you, forget about maths for a moment, just think about it. You've gone and you've bought yourself a pizza, you've cut it into 5 equal pieces and you've eaten 3 of those. You automatically know you've eaten more than half of that pizza. And you also know how many slices are left, right? 2. And how big are they? They are fifths. So that's why I use the pizza story. Now, does the pizza story work with these sorts of fractions that we call mixed fractions? The answer is yes. But we're not going to focus on those now. I'll show you how the pizza story works here. What is the first line? Everybody say it. I have a pizza. I cut it into 3 equal pieces and I eat 2 of them and I eat another whole pizza. So that's pizza story with mixed fractions. We're going to go through some examples. All I want you to do is practice the pizza story with me. I might say to you, pause if you just want to have a quick look, but you'll see you should start getting quite quick at these. That one there, for example, if you want to think about it, just pause the video and when you're ready, carry on. Right, pizza story. I have a pizza. I cut it into 7 equal pieces and I eat 6 of them. How many slices have you got left? 1. What is the name of that slice? It's 1/7. You've eaten 6/7. 1/7 is left. Pause if you want to, otherwise we just continue. On your marks, get set. First line, I have a pizza. I cut it into 11 equal pieces and I eat 2 of them. Now, just from your experience with pizza, if your pizza is cut into 11 equal pieces and you've eaten 2, you haven't eaten that much of the pizza. Okay, you've eaten 2 out of 11 slices. There's still another 9 slices that you haven't eaten. Right, pause if you like. Otherwise, let's go. I have a pizza. I cut it into 10 equal pieces and I eat 9 of them. Okay, great. Again, just your experience from eating pizza. If you cut a pizza into 10 equal pieces and you eat 9 of them, you've eaten almost the whole pizza. You've got 1 slice left. And that slice is 1/10. Right, pause if you need to, otherwise we'll carry on. I have a pizza. I cut it into 12 equal pieces and I eat 8 of them. Now, what can you tell from this? You know that if you had cut your pizza into 12 pieces and you ate 6 of them, you would have eaten half of your pizza, isn't that right? Well, what you can see is you've eaten more than half of the pizza here. Because half of this pizza would be 6/12. All right, pause if you like. I have a pizza. I cut it into 4 equal pieces and I eat 3 of them, which of course means you've got 1 slice left. And how big is that slice? It's 1/4. Pause if you like, otherwise we'll just continue. I have a pizza. Funny, that's the same thing every time. That's the really important thing. I've had students over the years not practice it, and then they come to use the pizza story and they go, I have 5 pizzas. No, no, no. It's always I have 1 pizza. I cut it into 5 equal pieces and I eat 1 of them. 4/5 left over. 4 slices left and they are fifths. Pizza story. Easy as. Pause if you want to think about it. Otherwise, here we go. I have a pizza. I cut it into 9 equal pieces and I eat 9 of them. You've eaten the whole pizza. Nothing tricky about that. Is that a fraction? Yes. 4/17. Pause if you like, otherwise I'll just continue. I have a pizza. I cut it into 17 equal pieces and I eat 4 of them. You haven't eaten much of it. Just for those of you starting to get this. If this number was 16, can you see 4/16 would be a quarter? These are smaller, these slices are smaller, so you've actually eaten just under a quarter there. But if you don't understand that, don't worry. 3/50. Here we go. I have a pizza. I cut it into 50 equal pieces and I eat 3 of them. Now, if there are 50 pieces, they're quite small, and you've only eaten 3, you haven't had much pizza at all. 34/100. Ready to go? Okay. I have a pizza. I cut it into 100 equal pieces, and I eat 34 of them. Now, pizzas that are cut up into 100 pieces, I know you can't actually do it to a real pizza because you'd make an absolute mess, but mathematical pizzas can quite easily. What can you tell about this? Well, I can tell that this fraction is less than a half. How do I know that? Because to eat half of this pizza, I would have to have 50 at the top here. I've only eaten 34, so I haven't eaten half of this pizza yet. I also know if I'd eaten 25 pieces, I would have eaten a quarter of the pizza. So I've eaten more than a quarter. I've eaten 34 pieces, which is more than 25. Right, so the next video that will be coming your way is called Fractions 102, and that's using the pizza story to compare fractions. And that is where you will put your pizza story to the test. Possibly before you watch that video, just go through the examples in this video again and make sure you've got that pizza story sorted.